It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Hello, clean, freshly showered, editing Morgan here. This is our first time kind of messing around with the camera, so there are a few audio issues in this one. Issues is maybe a strong word. The audio is a little bit wonky at some points. Also, the baby is like very loudly playing in the background of this one. So if those things are gonna overstimulate you, no worries. We'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this teeny tiny little tattoo tour. I also was gonna have a long vlog today, but I've been taking it easy the last few days, and I'm not gonna stress myself out about it. There's too many other stressful things. Neither should you. Take a little break. You deserve it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Goodbye. Hello.
Hey, girl.
Do we look better?
Don't tell us.
Do we look worse?
Do we look worse?
This is our fancy new camera.
Yes.
We're going to test it out with a little tattoo tour.
Yeah.
A couple of folks have asked for one, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to play around with settings on our new camera and also share some tattoos with you.
Share some tattoos.
Share some tattoos.
We have tattoos.
Tell us about your tattoos, Felix.
Okay. This is so much. I have too many.
What arm should we start on?
What a great question. Okay, so the premise is that I have coloring book arm and then sticker book arm. So these are ones that presumably the intention has always been that the baby, we can just bring like highlighters or something and he could just like scribble and color things in. And then this is my arm that has color. That's a theme that I decided on when I was like 18 years old.
And it's still rocking.
It is still rocking. I've pretty much. Okay, so this one is my first tattoo. It is, this is my favorite hot air balloon at the Art and Air Festival. The colors pretty much looked like this when I got it originally, when I was like 18 and a half years old. It was obviously smaller, like it's blown out a little bit over time, but it is really funny because people have a tendency to be like, oh, now the colors look like shit. And it's like, no, they kind of look like that actually. That's kind of just, they're like, it's like a gradient. Anyway, I think it's cute. Hot air balloon. This one I got when I was like 19. This is my little Steven Universe Watermelon Steven. I feel like it's really cute. This is by some man in Albany, Oregon, who's not great. This is by a cutie bop girl in Portland who's lovely, who I don't know where she lives now. I have no idea. This is by a man who was like fine, but I don't like it very much. This is Watermelon Steven, and then this is Jake the dog. This is my one of two like matching tattoos that I have with somebody else. Kind of. Bo has Jake. I mean, Finn. I have Jake. Bo has Finn. They're like birds, and so they're in like the same-ish place. Bo's is like up here, so when we like hold hands like this, they're like flying together, which is cute. I think I was 19 or 20 when I got that.
No, because we were already dating.
Is that true?
Yes. We were already dating. We were long distance, so you were at least 21.
I was probably 22 when I got this then. It used to have a red outline like the episode of Adventure Time, the food chain one, and now I got black over the top because it was just kind of like...
Also, people always think it's Stitch.
They used to think it was Stitch before it had the black outline. That hasn't happened in a while. If you have a Stitch tattoo, that is so fine, and I'm happy for you. I would never, not in 1 million years, get a Stitch tattoo because of my experience working at Walt Disney World. This is Tree Trunks and Mr. Pig from Adventure Time also. This was somebody's flash that was really cute. That one, she needs a touch-up. But, you know, that's okay. Here we are. This is my Lily Worm tattoo that I got from Alan, whose name is Mr. Horrible in Portland. He's lovely. He's trans and very cute.
Super recommend Alan.
Oh, highly recommend.
Even if you don't live in Portland, you should follow him for his Instagram presence.
He's so funny.
Because he's so funny.
His, like, he posts, there's not a lot of, like, accounts of people who post memes that I'm like, this is so funny. On his story, on his, like, actual thing, it's, like, his, like, flash that's, like, Twilight and, like, incredible things, and he had like a Richard Scarry one, which was really fun. Oh, this is a tree that I got originally in Florida when I was feeling very homesick by a horrible... That's the last time I ever let a cishet man touch my body in any way. I think, actually, but yeah, that guy sucked. And then I got it fixed up by Cassie, whose name is Steechin on Instagram who was a tattooer in Eugene, and
I think moved to Washington. I could be wrong.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think that she's like close anymore. She's absolutely lovely. Highly recommend. But yeah, she like fixed it and put some like brown in here. Yeah, that guy, he like.
I don't feel like it looked that bad before. It does look so much better.
It looks so much better. Yeah, it's not great. I would say it's maybe like my worst tattoo that I have. Probably second worst, but I do like it. And then these are love bugs that I got. Lemon did them for me. Obsessed with lemon. This like entire arm is basically lemon. But love bugs are, if I lived in Florida very briefly, and this is my little like tribute to the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And if you're from there or from the South, they're these like evil bugs. Their butts connect together and then they fly haphazardly. Yeah, they're terrible and they like smell gross and they leave like a weird like residue on things and they just like bother everyone for months out of the year. But they're like very quintessentially Florida.
They're very Florida, yeah.
They feel very Florida to me. And then also these ones are gay. So when they're like actually together, typically it's like a male and a female and they have like a small head and a big head. And I think these ones are both boys because they both have like big heads.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Lemon did a great job, as they always do. Oh, and then my one that I always forget about. I have a hidden Mickey.
This is maybe my favorite one.
That's so funny.
I know, you hate it.
I don't hate it. I wanted the guy to do like a freckle is what it was supposed to look like. Like it was supposed to be essentially like these little dots here, like 1, 2, 3, like as a Mickey. You know what I mean? See how some people can tattoo things that are small and things that are little? This guy was like, I can't make this any smaller than this. And then also I just feel like the color, I like black stays really well in skin and then color like fades differently and there wasn't like an outline around this, but anyway, so I feel like it looks like a
I feel like the way that it's faded, and like I'm sorry like I didn't give you what you wanted, but the way that it's faded, I feel like it really does look like a birthmark,
which is kind of fun. Yeah. Okay, and now my other arm. This is mostly lemon. So the cuties from Hilda, it's like Jurgen, and I can't remember the other girlie's name. This is one that I got from Steechin when I was... It doesn't matter. My great-grandpa, who is dead now, called me Pollywog, and so this is a tadpole. People always think it's a salamander. It's not a big deal. I love little critters anyway, but it is a tadpole or a pollywog. This is how I met Lemon. This is a tattoo that they gave me for free because they liked our content on the internet, which is really fun.
And now we're besties.
And now we're literally besties. They're an incredible tattoo artist. They're so talented at so many kinds of art, and they've done most of my arms. So this one's also Steechin. So this is Cassie, who is lovely. And he's a cute little caterpillar. I like creepy crawlies.
I think that was one of their Flash, yeah.
Yeah. This was Flash. This was Flash. This was a custom. This was Flash. This is like a customizable Flash because I wanted both of these guys. And then we have our little... This is my other tattoo that's like a tattoo with somebody else, kind of.
Yeah.
Morgan has a blueberry also. And then this is mine. It's from our miscarriage that we had. That was a real bummer. And then this is my Venus of Willendorf, who I love, who is so cutesy. Very funny because she's a fertility idol. I just got her because she's like...
Yeah, it was before we were on a fertility journey.
Yes, I got her because she's like plus size art that is like really old and very cool. Yeah. And just like lovely. Like she's obviously so cute. And the one, Lemon like drew up a couple of versions, but this one was my favorite because she has a little like swirly knee that's like so cute. It's my favorite. And then yeah, we were on a very, very long, very arduous fertility journey after that. So that's kind of really
it's
funny.
kind of funny.
Yeah, I think that's all on this arm. And then I just have my little ankles. And these are both Flash, and I'm obsessed with both of them, and they're both by Lemon, obviously.
Yeah, they're both Lemon classics.
Lemon classics. This is a Snouse, who is so good. This is a character from Moonfolk. And then this is just a sparkly ghost. They're pretty... They got a lot of ghosts as options. They're both Lemon classics in very different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're at the tattoo party. I'm getting a really cute cow stuffy tattoo, probably on one of my legs. I don't know. I'm not worried about how my tattoos will age. I feel like there are some things that I cared about and was curious about as like an 18-year-old that are things that I don't care about at all anymore in terms of, I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I like all of my tattoos still. I know there are a lot of people who have tattoos that they got when they were 18 and 19 that they feel are very stupid.
You didn't get anything, like, related to a particular person? Like a friend, rather, and then you didn't get anything related to, like, fandoms, really. Not that young.
No, I did. That's what the Steven Universe one is.
How old were you when you got that?
19.
My bad.
That was like my second tattoo, I think.
Matt. I'm a liar.
It's still important to me, so, you know.
Here we go.
C'est la vie. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I have way less tattoos, so it will go by much faster. This is my first tattoo.
Okay, tell us about Elton John.
I got this also from Steechin, Cassie as well. This is my first tattoo. I got it over some self-harm scars. I had wanted a tattoo there for a long time, and I am a really big Elton John fan. In particular, this was in 2020, and the Rocket Man movie, which, like, just really, I was already a big Elton John fan.
Yeah.
And it really ramped up my love for him. And I just read his memoir. Anyway, big Elton John fan. It felt very, like, you know, he gives me a lot of confidence and he makes me feel happy. And also he's been through a lot. So I was really excited to get it. Our friend who drew our logo, actually, drew it. And then Cassie tattooed it, which was really cute. And I think the next one I got was the blueberry that we got for our miscarriage. Yeah, huge bummer. I do feel like it is... I don't know if I'll get a tattoo for every traumatic thing that happens to me. But I do feel like there's like a certain sort of healing to be like, this is something about a stressful experience that I am like making happen on purpose to like process it. You know what I mean? So I do love it. Very sweet. This whole arm, my like theme is like the story of my life kind of energy. Is the vibe. I got this on Mother's Day last year, and it's a propagating plant that is growing a new leaf, and it's about like going no contact with my mom and
the freckles, this cutesiest.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want the freckle to be skipped over, and then Lemon was like, it looks a little weird. Like it's like slightly raised. I'm just gonna skip over it because if it's like an actual mole, you're not supposed to tattoo on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's never gotten any worse, but I do think it's actually really cute. And yeah, I really like it. This was a flash that like got customized by Lemon. And then Nats and Me, who's one of my favorite artists, designed this tattoo. Lemon tattooed it. And this is a little lion because I'm a Leo, who's also a clown because I'm silly. So it's about me. And then I won this one. Lemon is a Patreon raffle every year for a free tattoo. And I ended up getting this like little Cupid one.
We got married on Halloween.
Yes, we did get married on Halloween, which was the real reason I went in with it before. I also think Cupids are very cute. And then the next one that I'm getting at the tattoo party is I'm getting on this knee. I have to look up which direction they're in. I think it's comedy then tragedy. It's left then right. But I'm getting a happy clown baby in warm colors. And then later I'm getting a sad clown baby in cool colors to be like comedy and tragedy because I majored in musical theater. So we will continue to get tattoos. We really like it. If you've never gotten one before, Lemon described it to Felix this way, or
I don't
no?
remember.
Somebody described it to Felix as a cat scratch on a sunburn, and that is true, but it is for like a long time. So if you're like, I'm worried it's going to be really painful, you can Google like places that are more painful versus less painful. Also, if you have a really good tattoo artist, they will continually check in with you.
Yeah, the healing is worse than anything else.
That's
I don't
kinda how
mind
I
getting a
feel.
tattoo. I hate the healing part. I hate to be itchy. But you know, I'll do it.
It is worth it.
What are you gonna do? I don't ever think that people should, whatever we're doing is not advice. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best idea to cover all of your arms in tattoos unless it's something that you're really excited about. So don't think I'm saying like go out and cover your whole self in tattoos. But I do love mine. I think they're great.
I don't have any regrets
I think
about
it's
mine.
cute when other people have them. I also think it's cute when people don't have that many tattoos. Do what you're gonna do.
I also think it's cute if you like only get meaningful ones, and it's also fine if you just get silly, goofy ones.
Yes.
That's totally fine. Your body is a temple to yourself. So, you know, decorate it if you want to. That's all. Okay, I love you. Go do something silly, goofy. Goodbye. How am I supposed to know what it's doing? Yay.
He's a little Pac-Man. He's really just slamming. Huh?
He wants to slam.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry, my lips were itchy.
Yeah, tell me about
From
your
my
tattoos.
chicken singing.
Right.
This is Elton John.
Hold on. Don't move so fast. Thank you. I'm zooming.
You're zooming.
Yeah, should I not?
Oh, he's fancy. Am I big now?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, you're regular.
Oh.
You're the whole. You're.
It's so cool. Okay. Yeah.